Hi guys, welcome to Balance Online. I'm going to take you through a 30-minute yoga class. A little bit of time for yourselves, time to relax, time to breathe, and time to just really chill out and have a little bit of self-time. So let's start off first of all laying down onto our mats, nice and gently as you come down onto the floor. Rolling your shoulders, allowing your palms to face towards the ceiling, closing your eyes and starting to relax your body from your head, working all the way down towards your toes. I want you just to feel the body relax. Become aware of any areas of tension that you may be carrying within your body. And let's just release that tension away. Focusing on your minds, clearing your minds of any thoughts, any worries, any stresses that you may have going on right now. Anything that might distract you, try and take all those things away and instead replace with nice, calming, relaxing thoughts. Bringing your focus to your breath, your inhales and your exhales. Breathing in through the nose and also breathing out through the nose. So as you take the breath in, become aware of the cool air against the nostrils. And as you breathe out, that warm air just traveling down through the back of the throat. Breathing in and breathing out, relaxing through your body, clearing your minds, and just really enjoying this time for yourselves. When you're ready, just open your eyes. Slowly roll onto your right side to bring yourself up into seated. So I'm going to guide you through a little bit of breathing. So if you could bring yourself into a cross-leg position to Sukhasana, or you can come into your half lotus, bringing one leg across, or you can sit however you feel is comfortable for you. We begin by resting our hands just in front of the knees, making a little circle with the thumb and the first finger, and just closing our eyes. We are going to spend a little bit of time with breath practice, and if you do get a chance to do this during the day, it's a really good way to really de-stress. So let's start off first of all by just breathing in and out through the nose. So Ujjayi breath, the sound of the ocean breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And as we continue with our breath, let's start to think about lengthening the breath. So lengthening both the inhalations and the exhalations. So breathing in. Breathing out. In. Breathing out. And just starting to channel the breath. So as we breathe in, I want you to allow your belly to expand. And as you breathe out, bring the belly button back towards your spine. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, this time breathing into your belly, but also allowing your rib cage to expand laterally. Breath out, releasing from the ribs and the belly. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, this time to the belly, the ribs, and let the chest rise. Breathing out. Breath in. Breath out. Taking the breath a little bit further, breathing into the belly, into the ribs, the chest, and now into the back of the body, making it a 3D breath. So we take the breath in, breath out. Breath in. Breath out. And just open your eyes. Take a breath in. Breath out, bring the hands towards the sternum. Breath in. And out. Bring the hands, just resting in front of the knees and open your eyes. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let the head turn to one side as we start to think about mobilization of the spine. Breathing into the center, breathing out again, just letting the head rotate. Breathing out. Breathing in and out. Time, drop the ear down towards the shoulder, lengthening into the side of your neck. You take an inhale and an exhale to lower. Again, notice the length you're creating down through the side of the neck. Breath in and out, lengthening. Lift and breath out. And lift. Let's bring the chin down towards the chest. And notice that length you're creating into the top of the spine. And just lifting. And again, just bringing that chin down towards the chest. Lift, and then as the chin comes down, we leave it down and we just start to take a simple roll along the chest and just notice what's happening into the spine as we roll. And lift the chin back up. Take that breath in. Come over to the side. So we start to lengthen through the side of the body. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and out. And again. Lift, drop the arm down and lengthen through the side of the body. lift, and just coming over again. Just noticing the length you're creating through the side of the body. And lift. From here, let's bring the left hand to the right knee, the right arm comes forwards, the right arm opens, and the head just follows. Lifting up through the crown of the head, taking a couple of breaths here. Releasing to the center, and the same on the other side. Once again, just lifting up through the crown of the head. And then just coming back towards the center. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and place the hands just behind. Or you can, if you prefer, just on the ankles, or just wrapping the two fingers around the two big toes. If your hands are behind, what you may want to do is just lift yourself up, just really feeling an opening in the hips and the groin. Again, making sure the neck is staying in neutral. And let's take a couple of breaths here. And then just releasing down. Gently bringing the knees back in. We lengthen the legs out to the front. Lifting again through the crown of the head, so we have a lengthening here. We bring the arms up, the biceps are next to the ears, and we just have a lovely forwards fold. So I'm trying to make sure my biceps stay in line with my ears. I'm reaching forwards. I'm trying to lengthen here as opposed to rounding. So I'm lengthening forwards. And again, you will feel that length through the legs. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Just bringing the hands down towards the feet or the shins. And once again, just lifting up through the crown of the head. Just releasing, bringing the hands behind, and we're going to lift up into our reverse plank. So two options. Option one is the full reverse plank, so lifting up here. If you do want to regress, just bring those feet in and bring it into a tabletop position. So once again, making sure the bottom does stay lifted, the hips stay lifted, and we're not allowing them to drop down. So those are your two options. Again, do what's right for you, what feels good for you, and take a couple of breaths here. And just release down. Bring those legs around and just bring yourself into a 4-point kneel. So we have the wrists under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. We take a breath in. As we breathe out, we start to round into our cat stretch, rounding into the spine, nodding the chin, the pelvis tilts. And we create that curve into the spine, really stretching the muscles. And as we take an exhale, the bottom of the head lift up to stretch into the lower back. Exhaling, starting to round, nod and tilt the pelvis, creating that lovely stretch in our backs. And once again, the bottom and head both lift up, so we again come into that cow stretch. and rounding, nodding and tilting, lifting up. Bottom and head lift. Coming back to neutral, just sitting back into your child's pose, reaching forward and creating length into the spine. And then just coming up onto all fours, tucking the toes underneath you and pushing up into your first down face dog. The hands are spread wide. We come up and we just start to push down through alternate heels. Again, thinking about the breath, so breathing in and breathing out. At the same time as you're pushing down, think about lifting up through the tailbone, pushing your thighs away. Breathing in and breathing out. So I'm just pushing one heel down than the other. Really feeling length and then pushing both heels down at the same time and lifting up through the tailbone. I can now start to think about just bringing the chest towards my shins. So with that, I do create more length into the spine. And let's lift up onto toes, grounding down into heels. Once again, lifting up onto toes, grounding down into those heels. Lift, push back, and let's just take a moment here. Again, a very good way of releasing tension from the head. So if you are carrying lots of tension, down dog is a really good way of releasing that tension. Just lift up onto the toes, just sit your bottom back, bend the knees, almost like you're about to pounce. Now push up and drop the heels down. So again, we come toes, we sit back as though we're going to pounce, lift up, ground down. Let's do two more. So coming up, sit back, lift, down, last one, toes, lift, and just take a moment here. Chest comes back towards shins, tailbone lifts, the thighs push away. And then we come down onto the knees. We just sit back into the child's pose once again, reaching forwards, lengthening into the spine. And let's just bring ourselves down onto our tummies. So let's start to think about the spine, stretching out. So we bring the hands just into the side, the legs slightly parted, and we lift up onto the forearms, into that sphinx, and just lengthen through the legs. Try to think about drawing the shoulders down and back, so keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And it's almost like you feel a lengthening through the toes. So it's almost like someone is gently just pulling on the toes. And we start to create length then into the lower back, taking a few breaths. Again, opening into the chest. And just releasing down. From here, we're going to bring the hands just to the side, slightly under the shoulders. And again, we lift up into Cobra. Keep the hips down, shoulders, draw them away from the ears. Lengthen through the legs. Take a few breaths. So again, it's that feeling that someone's just gently pulling on the toes, really lengthening through the back. If you want to, we can take a knee bend. And then gently bring those legs down. A few breaths. And then just gently bring yourself down towards your mat. Bring your arms just down by your side. Now, option is to lift both the head, the upper and the lower body, or you can just lift one or the other, or you can lift both. Lengthening again through the feet, as though someone is pulling on the fingers. Couple of breaths. And then just very gently bring yourself down towards your mat. Take a few breaths. And then from here into our bow. So we take hold of one foot, then the other if you can. And this might be enough for you. And that's absolutely fine. But if you want to, you can just lift up. See what feels right for you. Again, feeling this into the shoulders now. Breath in, breath out. Very gently, gently, gently release out of here. Hands come back, push up and sit back into your child's pose. Let's create length through the spine. Take a few breaths. Coming back to all fours. Tucking the toes underneath you and pushing back up into the down dog. Pushing the heels down. Let's really create length now into our spine. We've just stretched it. Stretch it a little bit more. Lengthen a bit more. Rotate the shoulders around towards the armpits. Bring those chests back towards the shins. Push the heels down and lengthen through the legs. Release the tension from the head. Let's take a few breaths here. If you want to pedal, then by all means, add a little bit of movement here if you wish. Drop the knees down gently. Just cross the legs over at the back And just come over onto your bottoms, and once again we take a lengthened leg. Just like we did at the beginning of the class. Let's see if we've lengthened those legs a little bit more. Let's bring the arms up and let's come forwards. Do we feel perhaps a little bit more easier here? Keep the biceps next to the ears and take some breaths. Again, creating length into the spine. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out. Bring the hands to either the feet or the shins, and once again lifting up high through the crown of the head. And release. Just going to turn around to face the front. So from here, I just want you to take the legs nice and wide. And lifting up, pushing the knees down. And just feeling what's happening into the groin, into the inner thigh, and the hamstring once again, lengthening and lifting. Grounding them down and towards the mat. Taking a few breaths. Coming forwards and just reaching forwards. And then slowly walking the hands in. Very slowly starting to bring those legs in. And once again, just bringing the soles of the feet together. Dropping the knees down. Lifting up through the crown of the head. Taking some breaths. Forwards, and if you can, just reach. Walk those hands in nice and slowly. Bring yourself yourself into a cross-legged position or half lotus. So into our Sukhasana. Rest the hands just once again in front of the knees. Close your eyes, take some breaths in and out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. In, raise your arms up, bring your hands down towards your sternum, and we say Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. That was your morning yoga practice. I really hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day and hopefully see you all very soon. Take care.